Stopped having fun. I just smiled at a habit. And I'm dazed when the light hits my face, when it gets so bright out. When it's said and done, well, I guess I'm grateful. Each day sifts through me, I believe I say, but I've got my doubts. Good night, say your prayers and turn the light out. Don't forget to brush your teeth. Bad hygiene's become a habit. Lied to my therapist this week. opened the door to my car. She looked me in my eyes and asked me where I'm going. And I thought to myself, I told her where I'm headed, not too far. And in my head this scene feels so bizarre. And I got on to ride, so you can come on with it and get it. She wants me. Oh my, you're that girl. Want to change my world. And if it is love, would you be my baby? I know for sure. She wants me. She look in my way whenever I come through. Pretty ass Sade, sweet as taboo. Pretty little brown face with a tattoo. Feeling like a race and I gotta catch you. Head to the waist, everything natural. Freckles on your face and I'm loving that too. Picking up the pace cause I wanna match you. Never been afraid to wanna adapt to. Brand new flavor, you're making me high. Allow me to take you on a magical ride. Gotta get right, dance in the night. Celebrate life cause it never come twice. Cause every other day we living to maintain. But music has a way of taking away your pain. Follow my steps, I only have two. I don't dance much but I got the right moves. Yeah. Oh my, you're that girl. Want to change my world. And if it is love, would you be my baby? She wants me. Oh my, you're that girl. Want to change my world. And if it is love, would you be my baby?
All right, Bo to FooL, capital L, we here. Appreciate anybody hanging out, tuning in already. 14. Oh, start the game already. Ha! Appreciate you, man. All right. So yeah, tonight is review stream night, and then we're gonna do some Dark and Darker after that. We're doing the the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. We're going to be getting into that. So as always, we got the trailer ready for that. So we're going to pull that up and then check that out and then get into it. Very simple. Very simple start. Let's minimize that. Let's do the trailer.
I'm Nick Friggin! Okay!
What's the worry here, Nick? You've lost some of your talent as an actor?
No. What did he say?
He says he loves you, but he went in a different direction.
I'm done. I'm quitting acting.
Ah, man, I'm driving through the hills. I'm sorry. One more time.
We got another offer. It's $1 million. It's to attend a wealthy gentleman's birthday party.
The guy that owns this house, what's his name?
Javi. Mr. K.
Excuse me, is Javi going to want me to,
I'm not sure I understand.
Look, if Javi...
I am Javi.
Nick Cage. God, this place is stunning. What is your favorite movie? That's one of those questions that's impossible to answer.
Yeah.
You can't just
That is
limit
a
it to
tough
one.
question.
Imagine me and
There's
you.
too many.
I do.
Is it too much? Is this supposed to be me? It's grotesque. I'll give you 20,000 for it. I didn't know that was a cliff. We could have died.
I'm in position.
I think that's the actor Nick Cage.
Nick Cage, I love you. Have you seen Cruise 2?
I'm 44 years old. Why would I see Crudes 2? I've seen Face Off and Con Air.
What do you guys want?
We're with Central Intelligence. Do you know who you're spending time with? One of the most ruthless men on the face of this planet. I need you to help the U.S. government.
Let's kill this.
Find a way into that room, Nick.
I can see myself doing more of this stuff. I think I might have a real gift for it.
Good, because we got another mission for you.
No.
Your friend is working for the U.S. government.
Don't lie to me.
Are those my golden guns?
They're my golden guns.
I don't want to kill you. You're the last person I want to kill. I love you. I love you. I'm Nick Friggin! Whoa, okay.
All right. So as always, let's go ahead and put that up, and we're gonna go ahead and put the music. Shout out to the cousin, Track Justice, for the background music. All right. So yeah, as always, we kind of get into it. We do spoilers and stuff like that. So, but we also review it. So if you're new and you don't want to be spoiled by this, maybe come back in like 15-ish, maybe. Yeah, man. First and foremost, hilarious film. Let's just get that out. It's hilarious. I'm sad. This is another one of those moments where I'm sad I didn't watch it sooner than I have. Because I was told it was a funny movie. I'll tell it was great. And, I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch it. I hadn't. And then, you forget. And then you find other shit. Because there's just so much shit coming out. So much media coming out constantly. So, God damn it. It's hilarious. From beginning to end. And the trailer, does kind of like... doesn't give too much away, but it definitely gives some of the better parts away. What I would like to say about this first and foremost is I feel like this movie took a page out of Tropic Thunder's book, where you have somebody, in this case he's playing himself, really, star who's kind of not having the best time right now in his career. And also, what they don't show in the trailer is it's also playing towards him and his family, because he can't connect with his daughter, and there's issues there. So it plays a lot more than just him meeting some random guy who is meeting a random guy, but being brought to his party for him. There's a lot more to it than just that. But what they do with everything is just very well done. When I see, now here's the thing from the trailer. I initially didn't. I don't know if I didn't. Maybe I saw the teaser and I didn't see the full trailer, but or maybe I did and I forgot, or I wasn't paying attention. But I think it's Tiffany Haddish, right? Yeah, Tiffany Haddish. I thought she was herself in the trailer from the first time I saw the trailer, because I know I only seen it once, and I believe it was like a teaser version or something. But in any case, I thought it was her. So when I remember her being in the movie, I knew she was in it, so I thought maybe it was just her, oh shit, I love you, your movies, blah blah. I didn't realize she was just playing a role of somebody. So part of me was thinking, oh yeah, they're trying to film a movie. But in the respect of in the Tropic Thunder, where they're filming or pretending to film, or they think they're filming, he's going out just thinking he's going to a birthday party for one, and then next thing you know, he's pseudo making a film with this guy Pedro Pascal's character, which Pedro Pascal in this movie is great. I mean, he's great in everything I've seen him in, at least I've enjoyed him, but this movie he's a fucking blast, man. Him and Nick Cage together, this is one of the best, unexpected best buddy comedy movies I've seen in quite some time. The whole him being a guns dealer, and basically they kidnap a president's daughter, and Nick Cage doesn't know this until he's already there, and and you can kind of get it from there where the CIA agents and everything, they're trying to get the daughter back, and it turns into a Nick Cage film, in that scenario basically. And the meta commentary they have on themselves, there's actually a scene between him and Tiffany Haddish where they're being sneaky, trying to talk to each other like they're not talking to each other, and they're trying to how can we convince him to stay here because he's supposed to leave, and oh, we're working on a movie, and she tries to basically talk to him in movie terms, and it's just kind of funny because they do mention Marvel and getting butts in the seats and the stuff like that. It's just that the writing is really good in this movie. And honestly, I'm really upset I didn't see this sooner. But there's like, honestly, there's not like a moment that I'm kind of like sitting there like, actually, at least the end, I will say the end was a little draggy, but not by much. The moment I'm like, is this over? And no, it keeps going, but then it's over, which is not bad. But just a lot of funny ass moments. And the Nick Cage, and this is one thing I really want to talk about real quick. And this is kind of a spoiler and is really good on part of the joke. But so they show you in the trailer, there's a younger version of himself there, as you can obviously tell, and it's just him de-aged. So that's not like him watching a film of his. That's basically like himself, like his conscious, and he actually has dialogue between himself, and it's absolutely hilarious, especially that fucking scene right there. Just absolutely hilarious. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I did not expect to enjoy this as much as I did. Like I said, I've been told before that it was a pretty funny movie, that it was, very entertaining, but I did not expect it to be as good as it is. I mean, the lines, the jokes, like the part they show you in the trailer where he just arrived and he's like, that's a longer of a joke. They cut it out a lot because of the joke itself. It's basically him saying like, if this guy is going to make me think I'm going to suck his dick, I'm Nick Cage. And it's just, God. And Pedro Pascal being this super fan of Nicolas Cage, and just the whole thing, like, there's this Nick Cage is like not believing that the CIA is really trying to bust this guy because he doesn't seem like he's a bad guy, and and every time Nick, you think it's going to have that oh holy shit moment where he does find out that this is a bad guy. It's not until really towards the end, and it's not even what you would expect to begin with, because the big reveal is that room you saw, the big fan room with all his memorabilia and everything. That was one of the moments in the movie where you're like, oh, we're gonna reveal the big thing, and I knew, like, part of me was like, this isn't it. The girl that they kidnapped is not there. There's no way she's there. And I was like, but what is it gonna be? Like, I'm trying to think, like, what hilarious thing. I was not expecting, until now seeing the trailer, I was not expecting that the memorabilia room with the creepy looking wax figurine model thing, whatever it is. Like that, and the gold pistols, if I'm not mistaken, was from Face Off. And like the amount of trivia that he spits going back and forth throughout and his movies and things like that, it's just funny and hilarious. And just like I said, Pedro Pascal and him had this chemistry there, was just amazing. That car ride, by the way, that whole sequence, that's a whole thing. And again, I mentioned meta commentary. That's kind of like where they really start laying on the meta commentary, is that particular section of the movie where they're on that car driving right before it and everything. And it's just pretty fucking hilarious how, they pretty much kind of have that discussion about how they want to do a buddy comedy, and it should be, something that's for like more adults, but accessible and this and that, but they don't want to do, anything too tropey and like it's like, but it's just so good. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to ruin it 100%, but I also, this is again discussions. But like I said, the conversation there is just really good between them. I loved it. I honestly, like I said, I didn't expect to enjoy this as much as I did, especially with the whole, like, his family thing and being a father and this and that. And, it's very touching moments, but also just fucking hilarious, man. Like, and and that's the best thing about it. That's what I love, is when an actor can really be okay with embracing I guess their eccentricness is what I'm looking for. Because obviously we always known, Nick Cage to be like a really, out there actor, and not necessarily a bad way. He's a great actor, but his personality is, I guess you could say, a big personality. Like, to me, he's very distinct, like how Jim Carrey is distinct in his comedy and stuff like that, whereas Nick Cage brings a lot of energy to his characters, same thing with Dafoe. Like, he always brings, like, that's why they're, some of the long-lasting great. And even if the thing is with Nick Cage, like, he's had really great movies and very hugely successful movies. And it's funny because you see in this case where, he has to kind of come to terms with, getting to that point where you are just working to work, And yeah, it's just great. I loved it. I had a fun time watching this movie. I chuckled quite a lot. Definitely. I recommend it. Everybody was great. And yeah, like I said, I had a different, and for me too, like, since I hadn't seen the trailer in a while, I didn't watch it again going into this. I had the unexpected. I thought Tiffany Haddish wasn't like an actual character. The same thing with Neil Patrick Harris. Neil Patrick Harris is playing an agent. The only thing I had thought was that Pedro Pascal was like playing a character. Like, I didn't think, he was playing himself. So I went into this thinking it was that kind of scenario where these actors or actresses are playing, versions of themselves, kind of like in the This Is the End with Jonah Hill and Seth Rogen and all them. But it wasn't, actually. The only person that was really truly themselves, it was Nick Cage. Otherwise, Neil Patrick Harris was his agent, and and Pedro Pascal was, yes, he was related to the, crime lord boss, whatever you want to call him. But it's just good. It takes that whole kidnapping criminal thing to kind of like, just, and turns it a little bit. You get the same, but not the same, which is always great. When you have a comfortable formula, but you also tweak it enough to where it's actually different, and you don't kind of expect some of the things that happen. You got a very great movie. Highly recommend it. Also, like, and this is probably one last thing first I'll say about it before we get into like the score and like the scene and shit. The ending, the way they did it. So I mentioned earlier Tropic Thunder. So I will talk about this. So if you don't want to be spoiled by the ending, I'd definitely suggest coming back in like 5 minutes. So the ending of the movie, basically when everything is coming to an head, it ends with pretty much like a standard chase scene. This is the second chase scene in the film, mind you. But this chase scene is pretty much the end of it. He's trying to get back to the embassy, pretty much to get back home. With his family ends up there because of things that happen. And so right as he's they crash through this fence, and it's all dramatic and everything, like straight up action movie shit. And the way they do it, the camera pans and it cuts, and then all of a sudden, instead of his wife in the film, it is now Demi Moore. Instead of his daughter, it's now this other actress who I would assume is somewhat familiar. I have no idea who she was, to be honest. But as his daughter, and like, you're kind of like, wait, what the fuck just happened? And then like, it reminded me of Tropic Thunder, and then you kind of pull back, and they're all in the theater watching this film. So basically, this experience he had with this guy end up becoming a film and everything, and it was just very great way to kind of shut it down. And I definitely enjoyed it, so I highly recommend it for sure. But we'll get into the favorite scene and score, which there's a lot of great fucking scenes in this movie. I'm gonna be honest, like there's a couple of times where I'm like, that's gotta be probably the best one, I think, and then later on then another one comes on. But I'm gonna. Oh god damn it! I'm gonna have to go with the. I'm gonna have to go with towards the end. There's basically towards the end. There's the scene where basically shit's hitting the fan. Pedro Pascal's character now knows that Nick Cage is technically working for the CIA, and now he's been tasked to have to unfortunately kill him. And Nick Cage knows that he's actually like part of this, whole thing now. So now he's gonna have to kill him, and they end up, having this whole, sequence where they're, pretty much they know what's happening without saying it, and they're having this conversation all the way out to the cliffs to go do this dance, basically. And they end up exchanging shoes, like it's this whole drawn out process. And then you see it in the trailer. They're like, "I don't want to kill you," and they love you, and like that whole thing, like the build up to that moment, it was just beautiful. Like it was hilarious, fucking great moment. A very close tie was definitely the initial of him getting there and everything. Like that shit was just hilarious. But yeah, so highly recommend it. For me, this easily for me is a strong 9 for sure. It's not perfect. Like I said, for me, I kind of feel like maybe. I love the way the ending happened. Maybe they could have, dealt just a little bit sooner. But either way, I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. Nick Cage really did his thing as he does because he's Nick fucking Cage, basically. And Pedro Pascal, like them two were just great. Like, maybe they get another film together. I don't know, but that was fucking great. Great movie. Super 9. If you haven't been spoiled too much, watch it, check it out. And if you're just tuning in, check the movie out. It's a 9. Definitely recommend it. Probably one of my new favorite comedies. Also a new favorite Nick Cage movie. Alright, so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into the game. And we're going to do some Doc and DACA.